am the fabulous Natalie. Joining me is the notorious Rickie Lee. And we're on this frequency brought to you by the Rose City Sound Podcast Network, where we talk about being a unique human in the universe and everything that comes with it. Let's get started. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Well, happy day, y'all.
Happy day.
Happy day.
As you may hear, we have 5 lovely voices, 4 on the Twitch stream. We have myself, we have Rickie Lee, we have Jasper from the Copastetic podcast, and we have the lovely Jess from the... I wanted to give you a place. What do you do, Jess?
I am from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay, girl, I see
Work.
Tell us.
You're touching the microphone in a way that is uncomfortable sometimes.
Yes.
So, just so that we can give our listeners a little more insight, Jasper, Jess, we'll start with you. Jasper, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do here at Rose City Sound, and then we'll go from there.
Well, thank you. I am a podcaster here with Rose City Sound. My podcast is called Copastetic. We talk about spirituality, ritual, all kinds of cute, yummy things. We just did our 11th episode, which is going to be released on Wednesday, and I'm so fucking excited about it. And I'm an intuitive healing guide. I'm a Reiki practitioner. I am almost a yoga teacher. I'm a yoga teacher in training. And I do all the things.
I love that, Jasper. Everyone, if you haven't already, make sure to tune into Jasper's Copastetic podcast. It's amazing. It comes out every week. She has a whole bunch of good things going in there. And now let's hear from Jess. Jess, girl, what you got for us? What do you do here at Rose City Sound?
Well, I would
What do you do in life?
What do I do in life?
In life, there you go.
Jeez.
Give us everything.
Well,
Who are you?
That's okay. So many questions came at once.
She's like, give me a second.
Who am I? I would say overall, I'm an artist, a filmmaker, a writer, maybe a podcaster. I don't know. What do I do? I film all of these lovely people. You can't see Bartley, but I film Bartley, Rickie, Natalie. I filmed her wedding. I filmed all her moments. All
That's right.
Like all of her sad and happy and just moments in general. I filmed Jasper when she doesn't even know that I'm filming her. Oh,
Yes.
FBI, she the ops. No, I'm just
But I love to capture people in their like real environment
I love that.
and then share that story. So
work.
So here's some beautiful ladies. And then we have Rickie Lee, whose birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday. Hey.
Shitball.
So how are you feeling?
I'm excited mainly because we turned up tonight.
Yeah.
We literally turned up tonight. We had Jasper's episode today. And shout out to Jasper because, yes, she has her podcast, Copastetic. But if you guys ever want to get in touch with your ancestors and with just like healing yourselves, I recommend. I've been trying to write like an entire recommendation or a, what do you call it? Just
giving a review of her services.
Oh my God. I literally have an entire setup to honor my ancestors, an entire routine that's helped me get in touch with who I am as a person and my healing path. And that's thanks to Jasper. So if you haven't already hit her up for a reading, do it.
Yeah, I second that for sure. What Rickie is saying.
We had all our family do it.
I've also had a healing session with Jasper, and I mean the services that she provides. Absolutely, it's been just incredible in my own healing and learning. But she's also just such a great spirit and someone that's so wonderful to be around. Just as a friend, I'm excited that that you and I have crossed paths. It's amazing.
Jasper and I first met tonight in person, and she told me that I'm on my last.
You had never met?
No, we never met, and this is my last life apparently. So I'm gonna live it to the fullest.
Don't even play me because I said I feel like I'm meeting a celebrity. Okay,
I don't know what
I was so excited. I basically screamed in your face.
Wow.
Wait. What?
Hold on.
Start over. Start from scratch. What happened?
So this is my last life according to my birthday. I've lived 9 lives, and this is it. And I'm about to be an ancestor after this. So I'm about to throw all my money and all my stuff into everything I've ever wanted. Right?
Yes.
Now.
What does that even mean?
Hold on, because I didn't know that you guys hadn't met before.
Yeah, we've never met before.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I didn't. I thought they did.
So look, Jasper, because my mom's going through some stuff, and we were all, so we do like our little, meetings with Rose City Sound.
Yes.
And she was like, yo, can I buy you lunch randomly?
I
And she was
remember
like,
that.
Let me send you Venmo. I'm going to get you lunch. What do you need? And I was like, yo, this girl is like awesome. And so I did have a ramen, and it was amazing.
Ooh, and you
Yes,
had
I
ramen.
did.
Now
Yeah,
I
I
feel
did.
so good that you had ramen.
I did have a ramen.
Jasper's never bought me lunch.
Don't be
Not
mad.
yet, Bartley, not
Don't be
yet.
mad.
I'm sure it's coming because I'm such a charitable bitch, and
Yes,
I
she
just
is.
love giving to people and
Yeah.
giving
I
of
enjoy my
heart
ramen
and
very
giving of my
much.
spirit. And
Love
when
that.
them pockets are full, I'm like, who needs what?
Right.
Because I just love pouring
Yep.
into people.
Yep.
Feels
That's pretty
good.
special. That is pretty special knowing that
Because
you
we
guys...
didn't know each other.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
We only met through the Zoom.
yeah, that's true.
Damn.
Rickie, you just changing lives.
Talk about paying
Damn.
it forward.
Yes,
For
That's some real paying
real.
forward shit.
I practice what I preach. Y'all. I don't just be saying shit. I be really
Amen.
doing it.
Amen.
I like it.
It's true. And then we had a really nice reunion, and we hugged and all the things.
All the things.
Oh,
Damn.
I love this.
What is, and that's why I feel high as a kite right now. Because it's my birthday eve. Does that sound right? Birthday eve?
Birthday
Yep,
Eve.
yep.
And all these beautiful things are happening. Yeah. Thank you, Bartley. We're going on until midnight, y'all. Yes, here we go.
I feel like, what time are you born at?
Like 3 o'clock, I think.
Oh, so we're good. We're in the 12-hour period.
We got 8 more hours to go.
Yes.
Yeah, we got you.
Yes, we do. But I am excited because I know today we were going to talk about what it was like living in our 30s, right? And I think we're all a good range because how old are you?
38.
38. I'm going to be 40 and you're
31?
31?
She said 31.
She didn't even
She had
know.
to think
I
about
think
that
I'm
for a
31
second.
or
I'm sorry, she
32.
didn't even know.
I think I'm 32? 31?
What? Oh my God.
I think I'm 31.
32.
Look, I have
31.
always known exactly how old I am.
I was born in 89. I had a brain fart.
89, 83,
When's your
84,
birthday?
85.
November
I'm 30.
89.
You gotta be turning 32
31.
this year. When's your birthday?
30. Okay,
you
I'll go
30.
turning
so
32.
so 30,
Yes.
32, 39, 38. Bartley, how old are you?
35 in December.
You the
Hey.
Ooh!
Sagittarius.
Okay.
How old is Indy?
Not surprising.
She's 3.
3.
Which is actually
Indy the dog.
21.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And so we're going to talk about what we learned in our 30s, the highlights, the lowlights, and what we have to look forward to in our
40s.
Word.
Okay, let's go.
I feel this conversation 100%.
Ooh, yes. So I thought it'd be a great, we have a good range of ages here. So what to
Yeah.
look forward to, what to do when you're in it, and then what to do when you're getting out of it.
Yes.
Right?
So, what were you doing while you were in it? How do you feel about you in your 30s?
I was really reflecting on what happened in my 30s.
Wait, from your first part of your 30s? I'm sorry.
My first part. I don't remember the first part of my 30s.
Okay, so you were not reflecting in your first part of your 30s.
I was trying to think what are the most outstanding things that happened in my 30s? And I would probably say that I got divorced in my 30s. Right.
Although I don't know if that's a clap moment, but I'm
It
glad.
is a clap moment.
It's a clap moment.
It is. We don't clap enough for divorces. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
I've been to divorce
Can I
parties.
get,
They're
can I
the
get
best.
a booty dance?
Yes, booty dance for the divorce, right? It was
Yes.
good. So it was the divorce, and then it was another highlight was standing up for what I believe to be right. So I left a job because I disagreed with a move that they made that was just not right.
Wait, was that recent or not recent? I'm just curious.
It was not recent.
Okay.
But I disagreed with how they went about something, and so I left. And then I slapped a pregnant woman in my 30s.
Hey, sometimes you gotta smack a bitch.
I
Smack a bitch by Rico Nasty.
Do you regret it? Do you regret
I
it?
do not regret.
Wait,
slapping
give us
this-
context. Why'd you slap her?
Okay, so I was dating this guy.
Oh my God.
You slapped his pregnant
This sounds like a problem already, Rickie.
Hold on, Bartley says, hold on.
The following episode is intended for mature audiences only. Listener discretion is
though?
advised.
Is
Good
it
night,
though?
mates.
That's my big question. Is
Thank
it
you,
though?
Bartley. Thank you for making sure you put that in there.
Because I mean, if we're gonna be talking about slapping pregnant women, I think we should throw this.
Look,
That was appropriate.
Okay, so here's what
How do
happened.
you slap a pregnant bitch?
I tried not to slap her. Okay, so here's what happened.
Like a,
All right, so what happened?
I was dating this dude, right? So we were dating, and it was all good.
you
And then-
reenact. I'm ready.
Oh, girl,
I wanna
yes.
smack
I'm
And
right
so
here.
then, yes, and so then one day we go out to lunch, and he was like, "Hey, I gotta talk to you," and I'm like, oh, "Okay, cool," like what's up? Right?
He said, "Hey, I got to And I got it. Hey, I gotta talk to you.
I gotta talk to you, right? And so he was like, before I hooked up with you, like, and I broke up with my girlfriend, I hooked up with her one last time, and she just let me know she was
They
pregnant.
always say
Oh
that,
my
though.
God.
that's some insecure shit.
And I was like, what?
always say
right,
that.
right? Some insecure shit, right? So I'm like, I
I
was like,
didn't
okay,
pull
cool.
out, and then she got pregnant.
Exactly. So I was like, all right, cool. All
You
good.
said, "All right, cool." I would not have had that response.
No,
but
I
okay.
did. I said, all right, cool. Bye. Like, go do what you got to do with your baby mama.
Right.
Like, for me, I'm thinking like it's over with and done, and that's it.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
Bye.
And then she showed up in your face.
I'm at work, right?
At work?
I'm at work
Dang.
because he and I work together, right? I'm going out to my car,
Uh-huh.
and then all of a sudden I hear this like loud noise, like, "Ricky, are you Ricky Mota?" And I was like, oh. And I turn around and I see this broad
No, I'm Rickie Lee. Mota.
with a pipe. Like she was like a lead pipe in her hand. And this broad's like full-blown pregnant coming at my
Wow.
car with this lead pipe in her
Can I
hand, right?
interject, please?
Please.
You've been pregnant before. You know,
Oh, yeah.
pregnant women,
Oh, yeah.
Like, how many months is she
it
pregnant?
be like that.
She was like 8, almost
Oh,
like this.
oh.
This
Pregnant.
broad was busting out, ready to
she's
pop.
at,
Right?
so she's at the highlight of her
Oh, yeah.
hormones.
She's ready to go, right?
She's ready to go.
So she comes up to me and she's like, "Oh, you fucking with my man." Blah, blah. And I'm like, I just found out about you in my mind, right? I'm like, I just
Right.
found out about you. Like, it ain't even like that. This broad's
a
coming
lot.
at my car with a lead pipe going at me. So I grab her hand to stop her because,
Yes.
A, I don't want her to fuck up my car.
Right.
But more than anything, after I grab her hand with a pipe, I take my other hand and I put my hand on her belly. And I'm like, you have a baby inside of you right now. I need you to calm the fuck down.
Right.
Like, breathe with me, homegirl. Like, I'm not
Ricky,
trying to do
that
your
work,
How mature are
no,
you?
no, because all
I don't feel like that worked.
it didn't work. It did not work. But all I was thinking about was that baby in her
Right.
belly. And I'm trying to calm her down. I'm like, homegirl, like I'm holding full grip. Like I'm just holding her hand. She's like, ah! And at this point, I see security come out, and then I see her man come out.
Oh, no.
And everybody's running out.
I'm
And so
sorry,
I'm
was
holding
this,
her.
Was this her man, your man?
Oh, no, he
y'all's
wasn't
man?
my man
You
at
see
that
our
point.
man come out.
I just want clarification.
No.
Where we
no.
are in the story.
Our man came out.
No, it's their man. Yeah.
Right. No.
Like-
No.
Them and they, or like which?
I was done when he told me that he was about to have a baby. I was
Was
done.
this
I'm
like right before? Or was this like
This was like 2 weeks after he
Okay,
told me
so
that, right?
2 weeks
I'm
he told
done.
you? Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
okay,
like, no, bro,
okay.
go do your thing, right? So everybody's coming out, and I'm holding her arm, and then the other arm I have on her belly, and I'm like, breathe with me, like, calm down, like, you don't want to lose your baby, like, breathe with me. Here we go, right?
Baby.
You know
I'd have
what
been
this
more
broad
pissed.
does? And this is what made me slap a bitch.
Tell
you
me.
do?
This broad spit in my face.
Oh, shit.
You know, wait.
Look,
honestly,
though, she
I would
had
have
some
too.
hormones going
That is my
on.
moment of rage.
I don't know if I could have kept
That's
it
a-
That
cool.
is
I was-
my
I mean, I
moment
get
of
that,
rage.
though.
I was gonna ask you if that was her moment of rage as well.
It was our moment of
No,
rage.
I get it though. I get it.
You,
Play it, Bartley.
you open
God.
hand smacked her and she spit in your face.
I get it though.
Yeah.
Play the Jerry
I get
Springer
it
ding ding
too.
ding because I don't know if I would have kept
Let me
that
tell
cool.
you. Let me tell you.
Spit in my
Here's
face.
what I remember growing up. I remember my grandfather telling me if anybody ever spits in your face, that's the most disrespectful, most grotesque thing you could ever do. So when this broad spit in my face,
Yeah, you
all I said is, I'm not calming this bitch down. Pop! And I slapped it because
Did you slap her
hold on.
good?
No. Because in my mind I was like, where could I hit her or where could I impact her that's not going to hurt the baby, even though she's already all up
Shaken up.
She's all up at 100%.
Right.
She gonna get the point though.
It was her cheek, right? I was like, plop.
Right.
And that's where thank you. That's
Right.
where I
She gonna
slapped
learn
her
today.
because I'm like, I'm
like
like,
a-
come on, bro. Like, really? Like, what's your problem? So when I slapped her in her face, that's when she like backed up. But, you know, I had spit on the left part of my face and I was like, I'm about to throw up on myself. Like, it was just ball.
Did you throw up on yourself?
No, I was, you know what? Honestly, at the end of the day, I was really just worried about that baby. I was like, man, that baby.
Is the baby okay now?
The baby's fine.
Okay, so
Full
everything's
grown.
cool.
It was, but I mean, I'm a mother and I already had 3 like grown children at that point, and all I thought, like, man,
feel
like,
like
why
they're
would
grown
you?
yet.
Why would you carry that much anger and despise to come and want to like?
Well, because probably
but
because she was pregnant.
Okay.
True.
I hear what you're saying, but like when you're with somebody who you love and you care for and you've sacrificed for and you've done everything for, and they're like, I'm gonna go hit up a bitch. Like,
Yeah,
I
so
get
go
that.
hit
How you
his
know she
car.
did all that, though?
Go blow up his car.
Let me not do
No,
that. Let me not be
no, but
inflammatory.
like back it up because sometimes anger can be misplaced,
True.
Absolutely.
especially when you're carrying 8 months of a child.
Agreed.
Okay, so you being like, oh, she need to go do this. I get it. You are accurate in where she should direct her anger.
Right.
However,
She's pregnant.
let that woman 8 months pregnant be. She didn't fuck up your car, right?
Right. And that's why I slapped her in the face and not anywhere else.
So,
Wait, can I ask a
Rickie,
question?
there's a good question in the chat. Are they still together?
No,
And how she know it was your car?
they are not
How did
together.
she know it was your car though? That's my question.
I
Because there's
think
some holes
look
in
it,
this story.
when women want to know, they'll find out.
Oh
What's
yeah,
that mean where he
No,
goes?
it'll come to light.
they will track you
Right,
down.
like how you know that was my car?
It'll come to
And
light.
how you know my government name?
Oh
I
yeah,
have
because she was like,
questions.
Rickie Lee
Ricky Mota. I was
Right.
like, oh no.
Social Security 1,
That's
2, 3,
probably
4,
not-
5. Is that you?
That's stalking Facebook kind of stuff. Like that's
Right.
what she probably.
It
got.
was Facebook. It was.
But I get it. I get where that anger comes from, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I understand
Yeah.
where you're like, you've done everything. You don't know what that girl went through to like,
Yeah.
You know what?
Even get pregnant. You know
Right.
what I
love
mean?
Jess.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you at all.
And
I've been in that position.
I'm not knocking your slap because I'm sure that was valid too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that like there's probably a lot going on with that poor young child who now is
Right.
probably a single mama.
Yes.
Carrying that child,
Right.
like
Yes.
putting her in a stroller, like trying
It's
to meet
the
a man
dude's
up in
fault.
a club.
Watching this
not
now, like,
working
why did I
out.
slap her?
You know what I'm saying?
Or why did I spit on her?
I will.
Like-
I will say one thing though, Rickie. I got to give you a lot of respect because if it was me, I'm not open-handed slapping her. I'm closed as fist, like knocking her out.
Right.
Right,
No.
and that's another issue that we'll discuss in a different
But
episode.
see, and that's the thing though, is I tried to calm her down. I tried to talk to her and like holding the one arm that had the lead pipe. And I was telling her, like, you have a baby inside of you. Like, let's talk this through.
Right.
And this broad was just seeing red, which to your point, I get there. I've been there. I've literally
like,
been
you've
there.
been on the other side of that.
I've been on the other side of that, but even being on the other side of that, I chose to not go after somebody's car
Okay,
or
but
to
but
slash
you
their
can't
tires.
compare yourself to other people.
That's true.
And like how you handle things with how other people handle things. You may have better coping skills than other people.
That's
you
what,
know what I'm
and
saying?
that's why I slapped her with an open
That's why I
hand
smacked her and
instead
didn't
of
okay, the
punch her.
slap is
Punching
beside
her.
the point.
That's why I
That's-
didn't beat
like,
the bitch down. Okay, I'm sorry.
Like, okay, she spit on you. Like, okay.
Jess, I wanted to vomit.
You didn't though.
So what ended this fight? The slap?
Yeah, because she literally was like, "Ugh," like it, you know, like a
It
taser,
shook
like,
her.
oh shit, like.
Yeah.
And by that time, everybody had come out and like separated us and all that.
Fight.
But
Well,
Well,
honestly,
she had her
Jesus.
pregnant girl panties on. She
Hell yeah.
thought she was all high and mighty. She's
All
like, no
I
one's gonna
thought
do
of-
anything to me.
all I thought about
I
was
just
that
have
baby.
a lot of sympathy for women.
So do I.
Who are,
feel that
who are
too.
like, because if you're that desperate to go after a woman who clearly your significant other is sleeping with,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, you got a lot of self-esteem issues.
Yes.
You got a lot of like things that you're dealing with and processing, and it has nothing to do with you, Rickie Lee.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you just happen to be like a bystander of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
caught in the crossfires there.
Right.
I
I
mean,
tried.
you could have been the girl who was pregnant. You weren't, right?
I've been the girl who was pregnant.
Okay, but you weren't this time. So you've been
Right.
on both sides.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hands down. Hands down. And that's why again, I did everything I could leading up. Like, did I do all the things to try to calm her down? so that I don't have to lose my shit on
But
her.
did you want to be calmed down, or did you just want to, like, if you were her?
I didn't want her to fuck up my car, first of all.
Okay, that's the most important thing is the
And
car.
second of all, the last thing
You
I
should've told her
anticipated.
your car was somebody else's.
Yeah, and spit on my face?
That's
That's
disgusting.
That's a bloodborne pathogen right there.
I think it wasn't COVID.
You can wash it off.
I
I
really
got time for that.
Yeah. So that was a big highlight of my 30s where I'm like, I'm not fucking with men anymore. Like, this is why I'm just done with it. And because, again, this whole time I was dating him, I had no clue that this is what was going on.
Yeah.
That's rough.
And I'm like, wait, what? What is happening?
Right. And I guess that could happen at any age. I think that happened to one of
True.
my friends in her 20s. I've heard stories, people in their 40s, in their 50s. So it just,
It doesn't
it
stop.
doesn't
It
go
doesn't
away.
stop.
It really doesn't.
Cheaters be
Especially
cheaters for
if
life.
there's insecurities and all kinds of shady shit going on.
No.
They're going to find you.
But
they're gonna,
the 30s for me were pretty much.
Find you.
And that you wonder. But the 30s for me were pretty much about pleasing everybody except myself.
Work.
We have talked about this.
And this is why the 40s mark a significant time for me. Because now it's like, all right, cool. Like my 20s and my 30s, it was all about everybody else and what could I do for others and how could I please others and how could I be who I need to be for other people. Where now it's like, you know what? The 40s are all about me. Who am I? What am I? How am I? And how can I fall in love with myself and
There
get
you
to
go.
know, like, who do I want to be for myself instead of being under the influence of other people?
right.
That's what I learned about my 30s. That's right.
But I just want to ask you, is that a defense mechanism? Is that a Rickie Lee defense mechanism to say like, oh, it's about me, it's about blah, blah, blah? Because I know you real well. I know you real well at this point.
Right.
Do you feel like maybe there's a piece of that is about a defense mechanism is how you progress right now?
I feel like the defense mechanism was my entire 30s. Where,
No, I'm not talking about the 30s. I'm talking about the 40s.
Is she a therapist?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, like me wanting to know myself, is that a defense mechanism in my 40s?
That's not what I'm asking you. You wanting to know yourself versus like you saying, look, this is blah, 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 as opposed to being like, I'm open to this, this, and this. Like you're defining how you want your 40s to be or look already. Are you open to what your 40s have to offer you?
That's a good question, actually.
That is a good question.
That's a beautiful question, actually.
Yes. Meaning, like, what I do know about my 40s is I want to uncover what that is. I have to be open. If I'm not open to what it is that I'm going to uncover in my 40s, then I'm not being true to my original initiative, which is to uncover myself. But that takes courage.
For sure. And I, in the short amount of time that I've known you, I feel like you have this huge potential, right? To like welcome everything that's coming to you. But I also feel like you have the ability to put up a big wall
Oh, yeah.
and be like, yo, y'all can come, but you got to jump up 45,000 feet, right?
Yes.
Right? And like,
And that won't
also-
even be the test to finish. There'll be something over the wall. There's sharks. Okay.
Right. Sharks over a wall, which means you added an ocean, by the way.
Yeah.
And
There's a riddle at the top of the wall.
but I think that you have so much potential for like this amazing life that I think we all see for you, right? Like we
Hell
all
yeah.
see this like Rickie Lee life ahead of you. But I believe that you have like this boat that's like, I'm gonna go back to my 30s.
Oh, yeah. That's the blanket. That's like your safe space.
Oh, I'm sorry, those are sweatpants that are at my house.
Hold on, because I just realized something. If all of you collectively here said or agreed that there's like a moat with sharks and then you gotta climb a wall and then there's a riddle, am I that difficult to access?
I personally don't believe you're that difficult to access, but I
we
think
all
that the
answer that
everyday person who meets you would agree that you might be difficult to access.
Agreed.
I agree with that.
Well, difficult to access on what level of your life?
Okay, so another thing that I learned in
So knowing you for as long as I've known you now, I would say romantically, absolutely. Absolutely.
But then that
Other
makes
than
me
that,
think,
she's kind of like an open book.
Yeah.
Have you
other than
raised
in
your
other than
standards,
your
though?
romance,
You
other than
haven't
your
raised
romantic
your
life,
standards, by the way.
you're an open book, like Natalie said. Like you're easy to befriend and you're easy to get along with.
Look, drop
But
the
in your
mic.
romantic life, it's jumping 45,000.
Shambles.
Right. Riddle at the top. You get over the wall and there's a moat of sharks. That's that.
May I say, Rickie, I just like
All love though, Rickie.
Jess said that you have not raised your standards. You just raised the wall. So that makes me question, like, how can you bring the wall down so people can see you, or at least so that you can see yourself and understand what are your standards at right now and where do you want them to be? So this time that you're taking to be celibate, because like, okay, I had a little rotation and then I spent a couple of months not fucking nobody, right? And in that time, I was like, who is Jasper? And what do I really like want? And what do I really need in a relationship? And then when people were coming my way, girl, I had people who were like, I have a kid but I want to make you my priority. Nope, because your kid should be your priority.
Thank you.
I have this going on, but I want you to, nope, you shouldn't have to rearrange your life for me. I don't want you to have to rearrange your life for me. I want to naturally fit with you. And I want you to fit with me. So all I'm saying is in your 40s, and while you're taking this time to like disconnect from like having sex with people and having relationships with people, like allow yourself to explore that. And then like whatever you want from somebody else, I'm gonna give you the same advice I did, the same advice I gave to my little sister, anybody who comes my way. Whatever you want from somebody else, give it to yourself, because when somebody comes in and they give it to you, and if the shit stops, you don't want to be like, oh, well, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna stay with you because I can't get this shit on my own. Yes, I absolutely fucking can.
Right.
And you don't deserve to put up with anybody's bullshit, because if you like, you're such a force. Right. I'm like, and each of us here is a force.
Anybody's in this whole room.
Right. Even you, Indy.
Yeah. Don't be messing around with the neighbor dog, okay?
You see Indy standards. Indy standards is high. We all gotta have Indy standards. Right.
So wait, I want to ask and I want to confirm because I don't think you have. You were talking about your want and your desire to be celibate, and so Jasper brought that up. Have you determined that that's what you wanted to do? What did you decide?
Let's be honest, Rickie.
And do it for yourself. Don't do it for us either.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Welcome back to the Rickie Lee Therapy Hour.
To Rickie Lake.
Oh, Rickie Lake, I loved her.
I did too. I was tortured by her name. I think it's something that I've definitely been pondering, like, and researching a lot about.
Okay.
You know, and trying to like determine whether that'll be fitting for me or not. But more than anything, I think it was just about the conversation itself. You know, and like wanting to do that or wanting for me to be better for myself. That's probably what the priority was more than anything. I think.
Rickie said, "I need some dick."
Just having the conversation.
I feel like she's
in
good.
general.
No, and everything that you're saying, you know, like I remember you and I had a conversation, like take yourself out on a date, like go watch a movie by yourself, go to dinner by yourself, like the way that you want somebody to treat you, treat yourself like that.
Right.
And that's something I never practiced for myself. So that even that in itself has been a big undertaking for me, and that's why I think I am excited about my 40s in that regard, because it's like, all right, well,
that is
I'm going to do for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do for me. And whatever feels good, that's what I'm going to do.
Work. I'm all a fan of that, because
That's what I'm gonna do.
Jess and I, like, Jess was saying 1 minute I'm one person, the next minute I'm a new person, and same with me. And I'm like, I might say that this is a thing, and that's my truth for right now. But also that changes. That's the
It does change.
I'm
Yes.
a fucking human.
Yes.
Yeah, and like
I
people
like
want
that. I
to
live
put you
by
in
that.
a box. They're like, oh, well, you said this like 5 minutes ago, and I'm like, okay, I feel differently now, and I'm allowed to feel differently. I'm openly expressing that I feel differently.
Yes.
Maybe my like emotional connection to you hasn't changed, but like my physical, sexual, and or emotional feeling has changed in this moment. Where like maybe I wanted to like get down with you, and like right now,
Right.
I just want to like cuddle with you.
Right.
And that's what I like. Natalie and I always talk about that we can say one thing today, and tomorrow that's going to change.
Yeah.
Because something happened in between yesterday and today that influences how we feel.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, I love that part
Like,
about
can
us.
we
Let's just
normalize
change.
that's okay?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That change is okay, because there's such a like stereotype of like, you can't be this or that. Like, you can't change. Or like, whoa, I need some space from you because you're changing. Like, you don't need space from me. I've been the same person that I
Right.
was for like a month or a year or 5 years. I am the same person.
Yeah.
Right.
I literally just am constantly evolving. I am an even
There you
flow.
go.
Like, allow me to be me, and
Right.
you can be you, and we can
Yes.
like connect.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Because I think the foundation is still there. You're still Jess. You
Yeah,
still
I
all
have
of the
not
things that you
stopped.
are. But your thought process changes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you
I am a processor.
your experience
Like,
changes.
And not
what you
everybody
go
is
through.
an out loud processor, but
That's
I am.
facts.
Rickie, you are an out loud. Like, her and I can like out loud process to each other over and over and over for like a good amount of time.
And come to
Yeah.
a different conclusion than you had when you started the conversation.
That's
Because
right.
we're open.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Because I can be like, Rickie, I feel this way, and she'll be like, well, did you think about it this way? And I'm like, oh
No.
damn.
But you need
no, I
people
did
like
not.
that.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
need people like that to question your initial like thought.
Yeah.
Because you never know what's gonna come out of that. And
Also, you need a good support system, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
like sometimes we like degrade ourselves and feel like, oh, we're wrong, or oh, I can't believe I feel this way, or whatever. And someone is like, yo, you're feeling this way because you're like growing, or you're evolving, or like you're, you know, bringing some trauma in from back in the day, and that's okay. But like, you know, be open, be welcome. And I feel like all four of us right here, I've had that conversation with all of you. Like, I have hit up you multiple times being like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm having a moment. You are our health and wellness person. I'm questioning this moment of my life. What do you think? Right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that we've all just been available for each other to be the safe space and a person that doesn't judge. And hey, here's my bullshit. And it's going to sound really funky, or it's just is. And what do you think? Okay, well, like Rickie said, did you think about it like this? Or what about this? Or maybe it's just a moment to listen, or to say, to ask more questions so that we can get deeper into that
to ask
conversation.
more questions, yes.
I think it's always about the questions.
May I
Word.
bring up a comment about the word safe? Because this has come up in conversation recently where I've said to someone, like, you're a safe person, and they're like confused about it. Can we talk about the safe space?
Let's talk about it.
I'm here
Because
for it.
I think it's really important when you feel comfortable enough with someone that you can, whether it's a partner that you're sleeping with, a best friend, a new friend, whatever, like what does safe mean to you all?
Safe means that I can put all of my fears and insecurities into your hands, and you're not going to judge me for them. And you're not going to go and tell them to the whole world. I'm trusting you.
And you have that person?
Yes.
And you're not gonna bullshit the response.
Right.
Yes.
You're gonna keep it 100. Not put your business out there for everybody else, but also not BS around
Yeah.
what you need to do.
For sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What about you, Jasper? What's safe mean to you?
Safe means for me somebody that I can come to when I'm like taking myself too seriously, and I'm like, this is who I am, and like on my high horse, because
Yeah.
I feel like we all kind of get that way. Like, I am a me. I am a Jasper. Nobody else is me.
Yeah.
So like I always feel, I don't say I always feel, but like there's a lot of times where I feel like I'm right when I'm wrong. And I feel like we all get to that space where like we feel like we're right when we're wrong. So I feel like a safe space is somebody who I can come to you when I'm being like a pompous fucking asshole, and you could be like, bitch, tone the fuck down. Like, what are you doing?
right.
Like, really tell me about myself and like where I'm fucking up as a person, and then still receive me with love. Like,
Yeah.
give me your judgment in a loving way, and give me like everything that you have to say about me in a loving
In
way.
a constructive way.
Yeah. And then bring me down a fucking peg, like, girl, what are you doing? And I think that's important. I think it's important that like as people we admit that we are like, that we think that we're right when we're wrong, and that we have the capacity to be like narrow-minded,
Yeah.
even when we are open-minded people, and that we have people who are like, girl, calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like what you said about the narrow-mindedness, because sometimes we do come off that way. Sometimes we
Hell
don't
yeah.
see past right here.
No.
This is all
I'm
we're
just
seeing.
so right, and
Yeah.
the person is
And
just
that's
so wrong.
it.
And it's like, are you and are they?
Yeah.
Or is there nuance?
Right.
Or is there like space for you to still even feel like you're right, but also see their perspective?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's to me, to me is a safe space.
What about you, Jess?
It's so interesting because like mine is the opposite,
Okay.
right? Because like when I feel the worst about myself, when I feel like the most degraded about myself, when I feel like I'm fat or I'm ugly or I'm not smart or I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
Like my safe space is a place where I can go and be like, I feel all these things, and someone can be like, yo, it's cool that you feel these things, but like we don't see you like that.
Mm.
And I think that's my biggest struggle based on like my previous trauma.
Uh-huh. So can you dive deeper into that? So you're no, but what I mean is you feel a certain way about yourself, right? So do you have that person that you tell these things to, or do you go somewhere to feel those things?
That's a good question. I mean, I think that it's always evolving, right?
Yeah.
Because like anybody who knows me, and like I'm like who knows me well. I'm a very open book. I hide nothing. I have nothing to hide at any time. You want to know about my trauma, my love life, my happiness, my sadness, I got you. Like I will share.
Yeah.
And I'm able to share really in like a third person way, right? Because
Okay.
it's less
Kind of removed from it a little bit.
like I can tell you about all the stuff, no problem. But I think a safe space, which is really hard to communicate to someone, especially initially, is like, yo,
Yeah.
I don't really feel like telling you all my trauma,
Right.
but like I got a good amount of it. Right? And I'm gonna share with you like 10%. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you accept that 10%, I really want to open up to you and like allow you to be a safe space to me. And if you don't accept the 10%, like I'm closed up. And I'm
Yeah.
Someone who lets you go in doses.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
like,
fair because it takes trust.
Yeah.
You don't just go give 100.
Like example, I mean, I don't know where Rickie and I became, honestly, like where we became really good friends.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what it was, but Rickie and I have a thing where like her kids call me, oh, it's my mom in another font. I don't know where that like exactly where that came from, but it makes sense to both.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah. But like I could call Rickie and be like, Rickie, I'm feeling this way, blah, 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 blah. Like this is the worst thing I'm feeling. She'd be like, okay, so I'm gonna like comfortably evaluate that for you, give you some advice, and then allow you to have an open space to speak about it.
Okay.
Should you want.
Or I could be non-responsive to Jess.
Yeah.
She'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, no, and in just my unresponsiveness or in just my like sporadic responses, like she knows there's something wrong.
Yeah.
And there's no pressure to be
Right.
like, tell me what's wrong right now.
Yeah.
But rather like, okay, cool. And it's just like a check-in.
Yeah.
You know, without
Yeah.
even saying anything.
Right.
Which is creepy as
We
fuck.
have a weird wavelength. Like it's
But it's almost like you guys are letting each other be, but
Right.
and knowing like and almost telepathically telling yourselves like, I see you, I got you,
Right.
you're going
Right.
through it,
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
cool.
yeah.
Yes. Which I was
that.
going to say, my safe space is with no one.
But why?
Like my ultimate safe space
That's
is
fair.
with myself.
Work.
Where
And that
I
works.
literally, where I'm like, I would never tell anybody this random fucked up thought that I just had.
yeah.
So I'm
like
just
I get
gonna,
those
I'm
text
just,
messages.
yeah. So I'm just
I
going,
want
well,
Rickie to like open up. I feel like I'm gonna be like, Rickie, tell me all your fucked up thoughts, and I'll tell you all mine.
I feel like we occasionally get those fucked up thoughts.
Oh no!
Right.
Yeah, y'all get fucked up thoughts.
Yeah.
But like the deep, dark stuff that you would never say out
That's
loud.
the shit I want
Right.
to know. That's
Like
the shit
the stuff that I would never say out loud. I don't think that I've ever really met somebody that I could really, and I guess that goes back to my professor in communications who was like, you could have a great relationship with whoever you want and you can tell them as much as you want, but your deepest, darkest thoughts and who you really are inside, you have only yourself to share with.
That's really interesting.
And so I kind of like that intimacy in being able to connect with myself like that.
Yeah.
And being able to say that I am my own safe space. I am my own darkest thoughts and I can share that with myself. darkest thoughts, best thoughts, whatever those thoughts are, intimate thoughts that I would never necessarily share with anybody, like creating that
Except
own safe
Bartley.
space.
Can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
Because I tend to operate in the same way, right? Like when usually for me, when it's like a safe space, it's not a space that I seek out. It's like I've hit my limit of being in here, to
Right.
myself, and then somebody sees it and they're like, "Are you okay?" Because like I don't know about you, but my energy really penetrates, right? And people are like, "What the fuck is up?" But do you feel like that limits you, and do you feel like that limits your relationships with people?
So there was this one moment in my life, in my 30s, where I felt this complete and utter rage with somebody. Like I wished death upon somebody. Like I wanted to go
Rickie.
in and grab their heart with my own bare hands and rip it out of their being
That is like, I
and
know
like
that.
eat it like Aztec status, you know? Like that's what I never felt that ever before in my life. But I did feel that in my 30s for somebody, right?
Okay.
I did share that with somebody, and it was with, rest in peace, my Aunt Rosie. Like, I remember calling her, and I remember that in that moment of rage, like, I threw my phone against the wall. Like, oh, there was no physical. I was just, I felt like the Hulk.
Yeah.
Like,
You were ready to go in.
oh, man.
You were ready to
And
kill a
I
bitch.
never experienced any kind of just rage like that. Like I wanted to hurt this person. And I remember going over to her house and really feeling in that safe space with her and expressing to her in like I was sweating, shaking, like I was
Wait, who were you sharing this with? With your Aunt Rosie?
yeah,
or-
I was
oh,
telling her. I
thought you
was
were
like,
gonna-
man, like this
what
is
the
my moment of this is what I want to do to this person. Like I was done with this person. And she just listened. And I would not have called anybody else.
Right.
I would not have called anybody else because this is the person that I did feel like I could just
express yourself
express
with.
that. But like even saying this out loud right now with you guys is kind of weird.
Do you feel like she's still your safe space now?
Now, thanks to you, because now I get to talk to her every day and I tap in with her every day. Now, when she passed away, I couldn't. Like, I used to be like, how do you talk to people who have passed? Like, they're not here anymore. Like, how do you even do that? But, you know, you taught me how to do that. So now when I feel frustrated or angry or sad, even glad, like, I will express that to her because she was definitely an unconditional source of no judgment, safe space. Someone who was outside of my network of family or people that I had close to me. But, yeah, that was... And again, even saying this out loud right now, it was a trip. It's a trip to me because this was somebody that I care deeply for, is very close to me to this day, and that I love dearly, but that I very much wanted to hurt. Yeah. I wanted to impose hurt on them like they imposed hurt on me.
Work.
You know? So, and I think it is healthy to express that sometimes because I think about like mass shooters, right? Who get in their moments of rage and then they go and they kill everybody. I always think like, man, did they not have that one person that they could go to and express their rage to and like just, you know, dispose whatever emotions they were feeling? Did they not have that outlet in order to maybe, you know, dissipate, you know, actually going through with what they went through?
Yeah, I think a lot of the times we're going through our shit by ourselves and we think that nobody cares or that nobody wants to hear our bullshit.
Right.
Or that we don't.
Or we're not worthy of it.
I think that's a bigger part of it, especially for women. Like, we're not worthy of it. Like, why are we allowing ourselves to feel this way?
Right.
Like, why aren't we tougher? Why aren't we stronger? Like, we're supposed to be, everybody thinks we're like strong, beautiful, kind, giving. I think all four of us struggle with that, right? Like, we're supposed to be this pedestal
and I think maybe that's all we were taught how to be is strong and not how to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I also wonder if, you know, and I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but when someone tells you like, oh my God, you're so sensitive, and then you end up not wanting to be that sensitive or or wear your emotions on your sleeve because that's perceived as weak.
Right.
Now you don't want to be weak.
Right.
So now you've become quote unquote strong and you don't share anything anymore because you don't want to be judged by the masses.
And then motherfuckers be mad.
Yeah, so it ends up screwing us over even more and talk about mental health because we're told to do one thing and then we do the thing and then it's not, but now that was too much.
Right.
Let's have a conversation about that because Rickie and I had a conversation about that. Because I've been told I'm too emotional my whole life. I'm the most emotional person in my family.
Yes.
Everybody knows that Jess is going to have an emotional moment. I would like to acknowledge to everybody right now, my capability to be emotional is my superpower.
Word.
Yeah.
And it is my gift. Some people are like able to be baseball players or like musicians or can sing well or can dance well. I can feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm gifted emotionally. I'm emotionally gifted. I was like, what?
And I was like,
God,
so are you, Rickie?
Yes. I was like,
maybe
I've never heard that.
That is something, look, I learned that a good couple of years ago. And so anytime anyone tells me I'm too emotional or I feel this or I feel that, blah, blah, I'm like, oh, you are just emotionally not able to experience what I can.
You can't tap in.
Right.
And it's hard sometimes because I believe I'm an empath and like I feel people all the time.
Yeah.
I cannot shut people out. I try to explain this to people so often, but they're like, they don't get it, right?
Yeah.
But I can feel everything all the time, so it's so overwhelming.
That's crazy.
If she's feeling something, if she's feeling, like, I can feel all of it, and I'm like,
This is a lot.
Yeah.
You're
carrying all of the feelings.
Yeah, it's like an all the time thing. And some people are like, it's not personal. I'm not mad at you. I'm not.
I hate that shit.
And I'm like, I get you. I understand that. What I need from you, if we're cool, what I need from you is to be able to say, yo, I'm feeling some shit that is not about you. It's separate. And I can be like, okay, cool. I can detach like this emotion from me.
Yeah.
But if you don't tell me that and you're close to me, I have a hard time processing it because I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? Let me like evaluate. I must have done something. Your energy is off. Like I experience off energy all the time.
I be doing that shit. I be doing that shit all the time.
I wonder if, how do you feel about that, Rickie?
About being emotionally gifted.
Yeah.
Which you are.
Which I am.
I like that you called it emotionally gifted.
She did.
Emotionally
This part
gifted.
was like,
No,
I was
really love
outside
that.
of the Dodgers. Like I was working. I was like, Rickie, I need to have a conversation with you. You are emotionally gifted. Now knock it off.
Okay.
and I said, you what?
I wonder if that's why you guys crossed paths. I think Jess had to tell you that.
Work.
Oh,
She
amen.
had to show you, like, look, this is what emotionally gifted looks
It's
like.
such a cool superpower because not many people have it. You know what I mean?
no.
And it's not valued. Like the ability to feel things, to feel multiple levels of things, not just
To
like
not
sad
shut it out.
or angry or mad. Like, but the ability to like, I can. You know how many videos I have of you crying in different emotions? It's not just like, oh, I'm sad, I'm crying. You're like,
No.
I'm happy, I'm emotional, I'm engaged, I'm inspired. Like,
Yeah.
that's such a cool thing that not many people can tap into.
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
I agree.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, no, I definitely can. I definitely tap into the extremes. Either I'm crying hysterically because I'm upset, or I'm crying hysterically because of something happy on TV.
TV.
You know what I mean? But
like, is
there's
that a
I'm not a feeler of like, because I've had to hang out with Rickie.
Oh, what a burden.
No, I'm totally kidding, but
A little
also,
bit.
just because half the time she's my my sister-in-law, so it's
But
all
any
of
of
that.
you
But
people out there watching who have emotional friends, like take a recheck and go, oh, my friend is gifted. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
I just want to say that. Like, it's a gift to be able to tap into this, like, whole
in
thing.
all emotions too, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like the good, the bad,
right.
like all
and
of
that's
them.
what I'm getting at is that when I see you and you're going through your emotions of I'm crying because of, you're not just crying because some bullshit that's happening to you. You're crying because of the cat or because the picture or the conversation or the somebody that passed by. And I'm just like, wow, How do you do that?
She
Right.
said,
So it really
hold on.
So cool.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's
for
like
sure.
being Superman flying in the fucking air. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Okay, but that's also why I feel like if I die tomorrow, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Because I feel everything, right? And I see people who struggle feeling anything,
Right.
Yeah.
who just like go about life like zombies.
So
Like
stopped up.
yeah,
and
like
stuffy.
you're just like
My
robotic.
last life, man. This is all.
Yeah, so and that's why I say like if I die, and Bartley and I talk about it all the time, like we listen to the birds. I go outside in the morning and like I'll open my door, it doesn't matter what the temperature is, because I want to listen to the birds. And I didn't have a near death experience like you, Bartley, but I have enough to appreciate those things and those moments. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a picture that Ray, our photographer, took of Severe with DJ Antique. And they came in and they were here in front and they were mixing, but there was a point where they were talking to one another and they embraced in a hug. And I told Ray, I'm like, man, you just took a Pulitzer Prize winning picture because the emotion in that picture, like I wasn't even a part of that transaction, but I was on the other side of the room crying. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
You're
Like,
feeling it.
I felt
You were
it.
tuned into
I don't
the
know,
vibe.
I don't know what the fuck they were talking about, but I felt it. And I was like, man, that's a beautiful thing. Like and then for Ray to be able to capture that and for anybody to be able to see that, that's emotion.
But in your worst moment, in your worst Rickie moment where you feel the worst, like, isn't that fucking awesome that you can feel that?
That you can feel the worst, yes. And I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today that you could want to experience the highs as much as you want, but you're never gonna experience the highs without the darkness.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know how to embrace the darkness, if you don't know how to relish in the darkness and really be in the darkness, and I had to step away from the day-to-day stuff that was going on here in the studio. I had to step away from everybody and really just dig myself into a grave. And
No, I called you and I was like,
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm fine. And I was like, Rickie, something's wrong with you. And
yeah,
you're like,
something's wrong, but you got to be able to be in that stillness and be in that darkness to meditate
Yeah.
and find out why you're there. Because when you discover why you're there in that darkness, that's how you start to peel yourself back out.
That's true.
Right.
is it a peel out or is it just an awakening though? You know, like
It's all of those
I
things.
feel like we have to shift the way that we view these dark moments of like, we got to crawl ourselves out of a hole and we got to like peel ourselves into the light. Like maybe like living in the darkness is a really fucking cool.
Like sit with it. I
Yeah.
always tell people
Sit with
your
it.
capacity to feel the depths of your lows is equal to your capacity to feel the highs of your highs.
Amen.
yeah,
So-
like it's
Amen.
amazing to be able to like, because look, we've created an environment, a family of people, and I hope y'all have too, that you can be like, I got people I can grab onto, but like it's so, the darkness is just as beautiful as long
And
as
it's a
you,
part of you.
know, have, because it's like you can't hide from it.
No.
Yeah, you need them.
No, but we are afraid of it. And most people try to avoid it at all costs. Like, let's just get out of it. And you avoid it by substance abuse, right? Or
Yeah.
anything that you, like, completely try to, plug into avoiding that which is in front of you is bad, right? And I say, like, drinking or doing drugs or even exercising, like, whatever it is that you have to fill that gap. It's just like let yourself be and embrace that darkness.
Yeah, I mean, not to put you on the spot, but I feel like you took an opportunity to be like, I'm not going to do drinking or drugs or exercising. I'm just going to feel right now.
Yeah.
And I got a community around me and I'm going to allow myself to feel that way. And I'm going to like haphazardly reach out and everybody knows what I'm going through. But like your community was like, I got you. Right?
Yeah.
And you didn't have to do all those things. And look at you now. Like, what are without going into detail, like you made some really, really powerful decisions in the last couple of weeks.
I did. And I remember reaching out to everybody. And even the corporate job that I was in, anytime that I had any kind of like mental just hold up, I remember I used to always tell my team, like, just talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, my mother, she lost, like, my dad left, her mom died, and then my grandfather had Alzheimer's. And I remember hearing her say, like, I went back to my team and I told them, like, I'm not all there. So you got to, like, help me out. Because I'm not present. I got all this stuff going on. And I remember seeing from her that always communicate with the people around you what you got going on, because they'll be able to practice compassion.
Right.
And they'll be able to really help you. So I learned early on that anytime I had shit going on, like, talk to the people that are important around you and let them know this is what's up. Here's what's happening. And that's what I did in this case. I told everybody that I was working with, professionally and personally, I'm an open book in that regard, but also because I want them to be an open book, because one day they're going to be going through something. And I want them to be able to come through and be like, yo, like, I can't be there 100% because I got this and this and this and this going on. And if I can be a steady pedestal there, I'm going to help you out. Like, how can I help you? Because you help me out in return.
I'm going to be a mofo right now. I'm going to be a straight up mofo and say that our initial reaction is to be like, let me take what I'm going through and be a lesson to other people. And I just want to acknowledge that it's okay for us to go through our own shit and not teach anybody anything.
Right.
They can learn from us, but like,
that's true.
And I'm not taking away from what you're saying because I like totally appreciate it.
Right.
But I think there's this like idea of where like, okay, I'm going through some shit. I'm going to get through it by like, I'm going to do this, this, and this, right? And I'm going to like teach so-and-so and I'm going to be the example of what life should be like. And
like you become a meme. Your suffering becomes a meme.
Straight up. Where like sometimes we just got to live and that's okay. Like it's okay to live in our own shit that I stepped in today when I stepped on Sophia's shit. Like it's okay. You know what I mean though? Like it's okay to like be in the shit.
Yeah.
But I think too, the reason why I always want to do that is because that's not the treatment that I got. That's not the treatment that I got. And I 100% wanted, to be that teaching moment where it's like, hey, it's okay to be like this. It's okay to go through this. Because that's not the compassion I got. And I wanted to make sure that the people that worked for me, like, they got that they felt
Moving
comfortable
forward,
enough.
But what makes you think that you being you is not worthy of being, like, that's not enough? Like, what you're going through is not enough.
That's a whole separate podcast, the story of my life not being enough.
Next week. But you know what I mean? Like, yes, we always want to, like, validate our experiences and make them worth something, but also, like, why do we not think that our experiences are enough to validate where we are in life?
Work.
Which is what you would always tell me, like, you're enough. Like, you are 100% enough. Like, you're good where you're at.
As you are.
But we don't hear that enough, though. You always hear why you're not enough, why you didn't succeed, why you didn't do this.
Work harder.
XYZ, work harder. Yeah.
Like,
like, why didn't you?
Don't do this,
why weren't
don't
you
do
at that
that.
meeting 5 minutes earlier? Why didn't you? And we're like, oh my God, I should have been at that meeting 5
girl,
minutes
I'm a
earlier.
human.
Why
Let
didn't
me
you know?
human.
Let me human.
That's a great. Let me human.
Let me human. Like, what's wrong with you?
Merch.
People's humanity is like really shot in a lot of environments. It's gone. It's okay to be human.
More humaning.
Okay, girl.
We are
more
humaning.
mess. 'Cause that's
For
what we
sure.
are.
Wait, can we do a moment in love, Bartley? Hold on, listen to this. Check this out. You gotta fade this out, Bartley, at the right time. I love this song. Look at me, I'm in love. So, this is where we talk about the things that we loved about this week. The positive things. So, what was, Natalie, a positive thing for you? What was your moment in love?
Playing chess with Mike. It was our anniversary this weekend.
Oh, happy
that's
anniversary.
Wedding anniversary.
Juneteenth anniversary.
Yeah. So we
Feels like
celebrated.
it's been 2 years, though.
Feels like 5. This pandemic really put a number on us. But no, it was good. It was good. We reflected. We talked. We played chess. We smoked. We drank. We went out to dinner. We had a good weekend. We had like a really, really good weekend. And so
What was the reflection analysis?
we can fuck shit up.
I love that.
And ultimately, it was kind of like how you guys were saying earlier about the highs and the lows. That sometimes we have to go through the lows, and I think that we were reflecting in the year, and we decided to get married during the pandemic, and that was kind of even doing that was kind of shitty, and I think that Mike and I both processed it very differently. But Mike and I have I think we've been on a okay, we're cruising through this pandemic and being married, and then we just kind of crashed. But I was telling him, I was like, I think that it was really important that we went through it the way that we did, because how would we know how to be around each other? Or how do I know who I need to be in your low moments?
Right.
Or when you're on your highs, how do you know how to be, tone it down a little bit so you can meet me at my lows, and vice versa. So that's kind of where we're at, is kind of let's just gauge each other and be okay with the highs and the lows.
Because you guys literally spent every waking day together.
So it was spending every waking day in a shared space where we hadn't shared space before. Even though we were living in a shared environment, we were both working all the time. So it wasn't like we were getting to know each other as a couple living together. We were just going through the motions, and then the pandemic, and then we were all working from home, and then we really got to know each other.
And then the dog got anxiety.
And then all of us, and now, and you know what I mean? So, but the long story short is that was my moment in love. It was this weekend, spending my anniversary with Michael Mora. So.
That's cute.
What about you?
It's cute.
It's really cute.
My moment in love was probably being at Leimert Park this weekend for Juneteenth.
Ooh, yeah, that's right.
And seeing the waves of people just collectively dancing. It was thousands of people.
It was
I
thousands.
saw
It
the
was
videos.
thousands
it
of
was
people
thousands of people.
dancing, and seeing kids. Seeing kids interact with one another, seeing humanity and how much humanity missed being with humanity. The contact and the engagement and just the passion for that interaction. I was like, wow, as tired as I was,
Right.
She was tired.
tired as hell. I couldn't even stand up straight, but seeing just joy.
People humaning.
Yeah. I was like, wow, I forgot what this felt like.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think that you
forgot what
can.
it
It's a
felt
different energy when you have a bunch of people just coming together and celebrating.
You
celebrating.
could feel the vibrations, just
Oh, it was amazing.
Lifting up.
It was
Yeah.
really powerful.
That's
it was
awesome.
powerful. So that was my moment in love.
Do you ladies have a moment in love that you want to share?
Would you like to go first?
So my my moment of love, I guess, is mourning a love at the same time that I'm inviting a new love. So it's it's a bittersweet feeling because I didn't realize that I had to mourn something that I needed to. So I actually texted Rickie a couple days ago, and I was like, "Yo, Rickie, I'm having a moment. I didn't realize I needed to mourn something." And she was like, "Well, you can appreciate it." And I was like, "I don't want to appreciate it."
Yeah. You thought you were over it, and clearly you weren't.
I didn't even realize that it was something that I had to do.
Yeah.
But I think that makes me feel actually really good
Okay.
because I was like, oh, you need to close out another space in order to allow another space in, which
sure.
I
Right.
don't think I would have been able to do in my 30s. So let's bring it back around to now that I'm nearing my 40s, where I'm like, yo, you have to clean out your closet and let go of things. And I've been physically letting go of a lot of things. I got new furniture.
Yes.
I got
Comfortable
a new
ass
bed. I
couch.
got a Tempur-Pedic bed. Okay.
Hey,
What size is the bed, though?
Queen.
Okay.
Hey.
Yes.
That has the extendable bed that has a vibration in the bed. Okay.
Oh, shit. Wait. So
treating
FYI,
yourself.
there's space in this bed, and that's real good for the freak shit.
Yes, it does. But I think that's really important, right? Because so often we carry our shit with us and we don't deal with it. And I was like, whoa, I don't have room for this.
Yeah.
Nor do I want room for this.
We don't realize how our material shit is holding us back.
Cleaning
Yeah.
out my closet. Isn't that an Eminem song?
Yeah, and
one
the
of my
more I've
favorites.
gotten rid of shit, I'm like, oh, I don't care if this new thing works out or not. I'm like, I want clear space so I have the opportunity to allow it. Because I don't need this other shit, this other baggage, just old shit. This I don't need the fake Gucci shit. I want the real stuff, okay?
That's it, girl.
Yeah. I
That's
heard
my
that.
moment of love this week.
30 and thriving.
Jasper?
Go for it, girl.
Ew. Okay, I know this is going to sound really cheesy, but I feel like I have cultivated a life that is a moment of love. But, which has taken a lot, but I would say that this week I got to talk to a friend who I see as a mentor as well. She has a spirit-led business and she does Reiki work, and she's just so encouraging of me and where I am, and she really sees me as who I am, as this person who is like just beginning my journey of like owning and operating a spirit-led business. And she is so sweet and so kind. And I was talking to her about the direction of like my business, and I was like, I don't know. I had this thing planned. I don't know if it's going to work out, but I really just want to like bring love and healing and growth to people. And we were on our phone call, and she's like, well, have you thought about doing an Airbnb? Yes. And she was like, I will book the Airbnb for you if you don't have the money to do it. I got you. Like, just loving on me and seeing me. And she told me, like, have you been to the post office? And I was like, no. And she's like, you should go. And I get to the post office, and she makes plant medicine, which is so dope and so beautiful because it's something that I aspire to do as well. And she gave me like these dream drops. And I have like these really...
Dream drops?
These, I call them dream drops. I don't think that's what they're called. I can't remember what they're called. But she's Moonhouse Northwest, Moonhouse NW on Instagram. Please find her. She's amazing. And you put these drops on your tongue, and it aids you in lucid dreaming.
What? Oh my God.
So helpful for me.
Can we all do that?
Can we?
It's so beautiful. And then she gave me an oil that I use every morning when I'm talking to my ancestors and my guides that helps you to connect to the stars. And then she has another oil called Two Grandmothers, which helps you when you're doing healing work, which I'm so excited to use because I'm going to be... She picked all this based on the journey that I'm going on. I'm going on this journey of like really stepping into my path as a healer. And I'm so excited to use these drops as I vend and as I do more readings for people and things, and just as a way to open my heart and myself to that. Yes, you have a question?
Damn.
No,
I love your smile. You have a gorgeous smile.
Amen. It's the hair.
I'm just excited for my reading because I booked a reading.
I told you.
Look, also, this was the right time to wait, okay? Because all the drops are here.
I'm a human. I'm a safe person, and I am
She
also
got dream
a little
drops,
ratchet,
y'all.
okay? And
She got dream drops.
Book Jasper, everybody. Book Jasper.
I know I be like
She's
on
amazing.
social media, like I take myself so serious and blah, blah, but I'm such a goofy bitch. Like me and one of my best friends, like our guides, we be kikiing every time we do a reading.
We love Jasper.
We love
But
Jasper.
she told me that I'm on my 9th life and this is it.
That shit was real. I was like, wait,
A whole
what?
numerology.
That like stuck with me. We like watched my movie, part of it, and then she was like, yo, you're on your 9th life. And I was like, okay, yeah.
No
I also
pressure.
said you're a celebrity.
She did.
I'm a celebrity on my 9th life.
Right.
And I'm about to
It's
be
the
an
whole ass
ancestor,
thing.
just so everybody knows.
Just
I want to be like the Mulan, like grandma ancestors.
I love
She's
I'm
awesome.
fucking everybody shit up. I'm gonna be like a little clown. Everybody's gonna be like, Jasper was so serious, and I'm like, y'all don't even know how childish I am. Like I'm
just
such
gonna
a
put the
child.
grasshopper on her.
That is dope.
Damn.
Damn.
Thank you for that. Also, like that's really beautiful to say.
It is.
Yeah, it feels so good to say that out loud and to celebrate
Yes.
that moment for me.
I think it's beautiful for all of us. I think
Yeah.
all of us
Yeah.
here, we got a lot of things to look forward to in
Well,
our. Go
I
ahead.
think it's really cool that like probably in our 20s or when you in your 20s, like it was scary to say those things out loud. You're
Yes.
welcoming a new step. You and your husband, like you're welcoming this new life, this new career. I don't know what I'm doing, but like to say that 5 years ago, I don't know that I would feel very comfortable and very able to be like, I'm excited, right? But like,
for sure.
I think in the last year, especially, we've done
a lot of shit in a short period of time.
Facts.
Facts.
We've changed over and over and over in the last year, like a
It's
million
crazy.
times. I think we've lived like 20 lives.
I've been looking
In the last year.
because I've been editing our documentary, and I've been looking at this footage of when we first met. When Michael
right.
Moda had long hair.
That's right. That's right.
When everyone thought that he was a homeless person.
But there's
My brother had a
there's
full
these-
set of hair, full beard.
yeah,
Remember
no.
that?
I
Like,
got
he
it.
looked
I
like,
wanna see this.
He
like
had a headband
decrepit.
on, and
I
it's
want to
like,
see the footage.
Well, because the barbershops were closed.
It was
so that was
he
during the
could
whole
have
thing.
shaved his head, Natalie.
He really
But
could have.
like
It
you
was
guys
fucking
talk,
annoying.
example, you guys
But,
talking
yeah.
about like how sad you were that you couldn't get married and had this dream wedding that you
Yeah.
wanted, and like talking about maybe not getting married and all these things, and like look at you now and where
Yeah.
you are. Like there was and like I'm not putting you on the spot, Mr. Bartley, but
Barteus.
Let's
you
go.
know the evolution that you've experienced
Yeah.
from like Kaepernick to now.
Uh-huh.
Like it's all documented where you
Right.
were to where you are now, and like your beautiful children, and like you being, there's just so much. There's so much.
Well,
and it's
yeah.
so cool
Ricky,
to
just
share it with
imagine
y'all.
where we were a year ago today. Like we were in your apartment. We were doing all the streams out of your apartment.
Oh my god, I like had to go this the map quest took me on the other side, and I was like, the last time I did this was Ricky's birthday party that you invited me to a secret, and I was like,
It
oh,
was
brother.
here. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that's
it
right.
was, but we were streaming
It was
out
tomorrow.
of my house off of the little studio speakers,
Yeah.
not even a full sound system, not even knowing who the hell Bartley was. Poor Bartley's coming in here every day. Like,
No, I was around in June of last year.
yeah.
It was like
Yeah,
I met you in April of last
Yeah.
Well, you were
I
here.
think so.
year. I was here.
I mean, in an aggressive way. You were here though.
No, but we met in April.
Right.
When you came in.
I have that day documented when you showed up at the
Well,
house.
no. The day that he
When
showed
you
up,
walked into the house, I had the video.
and that was the first day I met her. No, second day.
Second day.
Second day I had met her. I was
all
like, this shit's
documented.
weird.
That was like the deepest first time.
Oh
meeting
my
from the
God, that
I've ever had.
conversation.
You were there.
Yeah, I think I had met Jess and Bartley
The
on
same day.
That's when
day.
Michael Moe had long
Yeah,
hair.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. And
Michael
that
Michael
was one
four
of
of
the
us
deepest.
talking in the kitchen table.
What was that movie with Tom Hanks and the volleyball? That's what Michael
Castaway.
Moda looked like.
Castaway.
Castaway.
Michael Moda looked like Castaway.
He did.
Like
He
did.
Tom Hanks'
He
character.
really- and
Yeah,
he
thank you,
and
Jasper.
you know what? And even after that, he took a couple months after to finally chop his hair off. I was like, bro, you're just.
was like, I'm
dragging
going
this
for a whole
on.
thing.
Hold on.
No, he was really
there's
trying it. He
There's
was
a
really trying.
video that we have of Severe and Hex doing a live here at my mom's house with my brother with a full set of hair. I was like, oh my
Jesus.
God, this is embarrassing.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you on the
Shit
live?
went down.
It'll.
Shit went down.
We'll have to bring those back out in a few
I
years.
can't wait to share segments with y'all of what happened.
Wait, shut up, because even then, like, because barbers were closed. If you saw Severe when he had his beard,
No.
that was terrible.
I have Michael Moda getting his hair cut.
That's right.
Ooh,
I
here
remember that
at the house.
outside.
She made that a whole
Yes.
thing.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
We
Yeah.
actually
Like, this is
shot
a moment.
that.
that's right.
But see, again, like if you think about like the moment in history, like our kids are gonna be able to look back and be like, remember that year nobody could get haircuts
Right.
and nobody could,
Except
go
for Michael
anywhere. We literally have footage of
Yeah,
all
no,
of those things.
It's good stuff. I think we've learned a lot about ourselves, if anything. If nothing else,
Yeah.
we learned about ourselves.
Ain't nobody had pedicures or fucking nails done.
I
that's
still don't
for
have
sure.
pedicures or nails done, makeup free, except, I do have little mascara.
Gotta get the
on.
lashes on.
I'm sorry.
This is just my everyday, all the time. I'm like,
I needed the Dodgers. Okay.
Go Dodgers.
Those are cute. I like
Thank you.
those. Very cute. Well, what else we got?
Bartley, are we good? Barteus.
It's your show. You
We
tell
good?
me.
Any closing
We
thoughts?
covered a lot, dude. Tomorrow's my birthday. We're gonna turn up to
What are you doing for your birthday?
I have the most pretty picture of you on your birthday last
It's
year.
your birthday, baby. It's your
Ooh, hey, you do. That's my everyday is your birthday picture.
so
You're like,
I know. You're soft
I'm gonna post it again
no, but do
tomorrow.
it again.
Reese's,
wait, is tomorrow Tuesday?
Yeah.
Play that song that goes, got the club going up.
Yes,
On a Tuesday.
Hey,
When my birthday was on a Tuesday, I was so mad I didn't go to the club. Can we please play a song for you?
tomorrow.
Fuck,
Tomorrow.
we gotta play a damn song
We
for
gotta
you.
make sure we all request that from the DJ.
I would like
Okay.
the address.
Yes,
Thank you.
it's a hop, skip it. Everybody listening now, we're gonna be a las 6.
Perfect. And if you know
You know.
You know.
I don't know, but you tell me later.
That's right, girl.
Have fun at LSA's.
Yeah.
You know what, Barteus is not gonna be there because he's gonna be going to his first baseball game.
Okay, Barteus.
Yep.
Barteus is
Gotta
gonna
go see
be.
my guys.
Yeah, I get it.
Guys,
I don't blame
my
you.
guys
Sorry,
are
which
down in
guys?
Anaheim. Giants, the first place Giants.
I'm sorry. Who?
First place.
First
Yeah,
place
Little
Giants.
leaguers.
First place.
Oh, she said little leaguers.
The little
Standings.
leaguers.
Check the standings. First place.
I'm sorry. The little leaguer orange people.
Sorry, we don't talk to second
Boo. I'm
place.
sorry. Who?
Sorry.
I don't. I think that wasn't Hocus Pocus. He's a little leaguer. The San
I'm in some
Francisco
family
Giants.
drama.
I know. I don't want to get involved, so
First
I'll let you
place.
talk outside.
Right.
First place.
But yes, tomorrow is my birthday. I'm excited.
You're ditching Rickie Lee.
Yes,
for the
and that's
Giants.
okay. I accept.
Sorry.
I would have given you tickets so you could be with Rickie Lee.
Oh my good nuts, Bartley.
well then.
She said, like,
Make that happen. I'll be there tomorrow.
But no, thank you, ladies, for joining us.
Wait, I have a closing question.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I know you asked this to your kids for their birthdays. What do you want to accomplish on your 40th year of life? Meow, 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 meow. Maybe we've already accomplished them. It was that.
So good.
We got time.
Fucking shitball.
Wow.
I want to accomplish really getting to know myself. Like really getting to love myself. Like getting to know myself and love myself. Like who is Rickie? Like uncovering that person and doing things for myself.
Yeah,
That's what I want for my birthday.
Yeah. Who's gonna love you on your worst days? Okay, I don't sing it like Drake. So
But you sing, oh my God, the best
Thank you.
moment ever.
Thank
The
you.
best moment
No,
ever
stop
of
it.
2020
Amen.
was
there.
Natalie. I just, it was the most touching moment I've ever seen between a couple.
And it wasn't filmed.
And I didn't film it because I didn't feel like it was, I had the camera in my hand, but
It
I
was
was
too
like,
intimate.
It's not, that was not my moment to share.
I'm glad because I would have been
No,
really
it had
embarrassed.
nothing to do with any of that. But
It was so
Natalie
intimate.
sang to Michael, and it was just the most. She was like, "I don't really care how I sound. I just want to sing this to you. I've been practicing." And she sang, and I was just like,
It was perfect.
Stop it.
It was perfect.
I sang the Adele song. What is it? I don't remember it, but Adele.
Is it that one?
it was the most touching moment, though. Literally, that
Best
I've ever
moment
like
ever.
physically witnessed that somebody allowed me to watch.
Well, I'm glad you were
You
there
know
to
what? Let me
experience
just
it.
say that wasn't none of my business. But thank
Was
you for
it,
sharing that
Make You
moment
Feel
that
My
happened
Love?
in my head
No.
that I wasn't
No,
witness
it
to.
was.
Okay, I'll sing it to you.
No.
What was the song?
Adele.
Was it that Feel My Love song? That one that always makes
Daydreamer.
me-
Oh, Daydreamer.
Oh yeah, we should end
that
with that.
shit. Amen. Because we're all daydreamers. But
You
that's
know
a
we
You
beautiful
are.
play it,
song.
I'ma sing it.
We are. We
You play
are.
it, we gonna sing it.
That's my favorite
That's
song.
a beautiful song.
Natalie's
There it is.
I can't we're
uh.
sitting outside. Let me set the scene. It's like the sun is setting. Natalie's here. Michael's here. And she just starts to sing to him like in this most beautiful way. And I was just like,
I was crying.
she was crying.
I was crying. I was like, what's happening right now? I was like, oh.
He's about to cry right now.
Remember, I was
It's like when you actually watch what love is.
I was like, is this what intimacy is?
It's what love is.
Well, I'm glad you guys saw it.
It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
I'm
you
like,
for
I'm
sharing.
blushing. I don't even know how to take the compliment right now.
This cute girl. I'm singing this shit. I'm like, she was hitting them notes. Like, hey,
Adele was hitting them notes.
That was a very
trying to
tender
sing it.
moment. Very
I
tender
hope
moment.
in closing.
wait, can we turn this
Wait,
part
in
up?
closing, I hope that
we gotta
we
hear
all
Natalie sing this part.
are able to find somebody that we can sing this song to.
Yes. You have to find your person to sing with.
Cry.
You can on your doorstep.
Waiting for a surprise. And you will feel like he's been there for hours. And you can tell that
He'll be there for life.
You can tell that I
That's a
listen to
wrap.
90s. That's it.
Jess is like,
Yo,
what?
like,
I heard the song, but if you played me some Maxwell or some Jagged Edge,
Thank you guys.
Can I sing us out with Pretty Wings? No, just like,
yeah, I could rock that shit with you.
Thank you guys. Oh,
All right, y'all. Happy birthday, Rickie Lee. Every
birthday,
beautiful
Rickie.
night. Increase the peace.
Yes. Bye, y'all. Thank you to everyone who joined us this week. I am Rickie Lee Mota, and I'm joined by the beautiful Natalie Mota. And we're live from Rose City Sound Studio in the beautiful Inland Empire. Shouts out to Big Brother Jake for all of the love and support. Today's episode was produced by the infamous Juice Box Bartley. We are on this frequency. Make sure to share us, like us. We drop a new episode every Wednesday. Wherever you listen to podcasts, that's where you'll find us. Make sure if you have any questions, you got topics you want to talk about, hit us up, email us on this frequency at gmail.com. Support the movement, drop it like it's hot. See you later, y'all. Shit.